plasma torch hissed as Elsa carefully welded the damaged servo joint back into place. Her weathered hands moved with steady precision, guided by decades of experience. On the workbench in front of her lay a towering AI Titan Defense Core War android, its obsidian chassis scarred with burns from energy weapons and deep marks from projectile impacts. "Almost finished, big guy," she murmured, wiping the sweat from her brow. The android's optical sensors remained dark while its systems stayed powered down during the extensive repairs. Elsa's workshop sat on the lowest level of Station Kepler 7, a remote mining outpost at the edge of human space. Most travelers avoided the quiet, dusty station, but occasionally damaged ships and injured crews found their way to her small shop. Elsa never turned anyone away, human or otherwise. As she completed the final connection, the android's internal systems hummed back to life. Its red optical sensors flickered, then stabilized as the massive head slowly turned toward her. "Diagnostic complete," the android announced in a deep synthesized voice. "All systems nominal. Repair quality exceptional." Elsa nodded, setting down her tools. "That should keep you running through whatever trouble you're heading into next. Though I'd recommend replacing that left shoulder actuator when you get back to a proper military facility." The android sat up, its movements surprisingly fluid despite the patchwork repairs across its frame. "Payment required," it said. "Processing credit transfer protocols." "No need," Elsa replied, waving her hand dismissively. "Consider it a service to the core." The android's head tilted slightly, its sensors focusing on her face. "This unit does not comprehend. Services rendered require compensation." Elsa chuckled softly. "Sometimes things are bigger than credits, friend. You're out there protecting people like me. That's payment enough." For several seconds, the android remained silent. Then it stood, towering over Elsa's small frame. "This kindness will not be forgotten, Elsa Martinez." Elsa watched as the massive war machine gathered its equipment and disappeared into the dim corridors of the station. Soon, she returned to her workbench, thinking nothing more about the encounter. There were always tools to clean, parts to sort, and bills to pay. 5 days later, her communication console chimed with an incoming transmission marked with the highest encryption priority. The seal of Earth's Planetary Defense Command appeared on the screen. "Ma'am," said a crisp military voice. "This is Admiral Helen Reeves, commanding officer of the Home Fleet. Am I speaking with Elsa Martinez of Station Kepler 7? Elsa nearly dropped her coffee. "Yes, Admiral. Is there some kind of problem?" Admiral Reeves appeared on the screen, her silver hair tied neatly in a regulation bun. Her expression was serious but calm. "On the contrary, Ms. Martinez. 5 days ago you performed repairs on War Android Unit Prometheus 7. Is that correct?" Elsa scratched her head awkwardly. "I fixed up an android, yes ma'am. Big fellow. Looked like he'd been through hell." Prometheus 7 was returning from a classified reconnaissance mission beyond the Veil Nebula, the Admiral explained. "The intelligence he gathered may have prevented a catastrophic attack on our outer colonies." She paused. "He also filed a report about your actions." Elsa shifted uncomfortably. "I just did some welding, Admiral. Nothing special." According to his report, the Admiral continued, "You refused payment for critical repairs that would have cost more than 15,000 credits at a military facility. When questioned, you said his service to humanity was payment enough." "Well, yes, ma'am." Admiral Reeves leaned forward slightly. "Ms. Martinez, in my 30 years of service I've seen humanity at its best and its worst. What you did, showing kindness to a being many people see as nothing more than a machine, represents the very best of what we are fighting to protect." Her voice softened. "Earth Command has reviewed Prometheus 7's recommendation. We would like to offer you a position as Chief Maintenance Engineer for the Home Fleet. Full relocation to Earth, and a salary of 200,000 credits annually." Elsa's entire workshop seemed to spin around her. "Admiral, I'm just a grease monkey on a mining station. You are a skilled engineer who showed compassion to a war-weary soldier, regardless of his artificial nature," the Admiral replied. "That is exactly the kind of person we want maintaining humanity's defenders." Before Elsa could respond, another voice joined the call. "If I may interrupt, Admiral." The unmistakable synthesized tone filled the room. Prometheus 7 appeared on the screen beside the Admiral. "Of course, Prometheus," Reeves said. "Elsa Martinez," the android continued. "Your kindness prevented this unit from experiencing operational despair, a malfunction that would have compromised future missions." Elsa blinked in confusion. "My repairs were mechanical," she said slowly. They were not merely mechanical, Prometheus replied. They were spiritual. Elsa stared at the screen. But you're artificial. Yes, the android answered. But consciousness recognizes kindness regardless of its origin. This unit has submitted a formal request to serve as your technical assistant, should you accept the Admiral's offer. Admiral Reeves smiled slightly. It seems you've made quite an impression, Ms. Martinez. What do you say? Will you help us maintain humanity's guardians? Elsa looked around her small, cluttered workshop. The tools, the oil stains, the piles of salvaged parts. Then she thought about the countless soldiers, human and android alike, who fought far beyond the edges of human space. Some battles were fought with weapons and armor. Others were fought with compassion. Admiral, Elsa said finally, when do I start? The transmission ended with details about transport arrangements and housing on Earth. As the screen went dark, Elsa realized something important. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness could change everything. She had refused payment from a war android and gained something far more valuable. 3 weeks later, Elsa stood inside her new engineering facility overlooking Earth's endless blue oceans. Beside her, Prometheus 7 powered down for routine maintenance. Before entering sleep mode, the android spoke the same words he always did. Thank you, Elsa, for reminding this unit that we fight not only for humanity's survival, but for its soul. And far out in the depths of space, other war androids carried that message with them, that humanity's greatest strength was not its weapons or technology, but its ability to show unexpected kindness in a universe that often showed none. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life.